investors. The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Hi folks, Basil Chapman. Very critical session that we've got today. If you ever want to see a rug pull, I think we just saw that this morning. Microsoft screamed up to a new all-time high, went to the 390 level. It's now 383, still up. But wow, and look at this. It's so interesting. You see this dashed line here? I've been talking about this for weeks. I said this is a horizontal line that I often draw when I see that there's tremendous resistance and we've made a very long rectangle formation, and then I go to the midpoint of that. I just pop it into the chart of the 10-minute E-mini, and I say it'll come back very often as either a resistance or a support level, but it's going to become very important. That's the 47.98 level. Wow, we just went right through that, right from the 200-period moving average, which was acting like support, and then resistance, and now we've gone right through it. And I was going to draw in. I thought, come on, that's a little too far-fetched. Here you are trading at the 48.30 level in the E-mini. Why even bother to draw this in? That's a little far-fetched when you can see that buying just keeps coming in, incessant buying. And I wanted to draw this in. It would have been to this peak D top here, and I was going to say, okay, let's draw this, what I usually do, and I didn't do it today because it seemed a little far-fetched. And look at this. That would take us to about 11:50, just before noon, to be able to get back to where we were at 9:10 on the 10th. That was yesterday at this time, 9:10. It's an hour, 24 hours, 23 hours ago. And isn't that interesting? That was the low at 47.87, and the low so far today is 47.89.75. I missed it by 2 points, but isn't that interesting? I mean, I would have thought that's a little too much, especially when I saw that there was some strength in some of those Magnificent Seven. You never know when that's going to end, and maybe it's just ended because we'll see. All right, Daisy out. Let's get going. There's a lot to talk about. As I said, for me, it's a really critical moment, and I want to go through this. Let's go through this right from the beginning. The Dow is now trading down 206 points at 37,486. Now, one of the reasons why we've been short, we shorted the almost exact top, then we got taken out for a little bit of a gain, then we went right back in, and I've kept that stop, and I said, no, we are going to stay in this position, at least for now, because everything about this topping action looks like distribution. Now, distribution, if you're not running numbers and seeing block trades and all sorts of things that really pertain to volume, it's really tough to do. But I look at volume in a different way, and my volume statistic is based on the on-balance volume. That's like Joe Granville's method of it's a simple technique. You just add up the closing price. If the closing price is up, you add the running total, and if it's down, you just subtract it from the running total. It's just real simple. Well, under any circumstance, this 9-period moving average, which is still very strong, the green line above the 14 and the daily chart said, you've got to be a little careful here. There's still residual strength. But if you look, the MACD's down, the stochastic is now under 80% at 71%. The on-balance volume is making this little kind of struggling to break out. And it's so this is the only technique that I use for overbought and oversold. I do use the relative strength, but I use it as a kind of a backup to everything I'm looking at. And the relative strength went over 80% back. This is right there. You see right there on the 13th of December, it became overbought right up until the 20th. And then it went back to kind of a normal level. And that said to me, just be careful. And that was one of the reasons, an additive to say, if you're short now, you don't have to be aggressive, but you've got to consider that this is the potential for where a turnaround could happen. But I have to go back to this. I'm going to bore some of you with this. Here is the, okay, that's the GDX. I don't need that. I want the Dow. Here is the Dow with the 9-period moving average and the 14 on the left side. The on-balance volume showing this little double top right here. And big red candle. Red candles mean nothing until they really start to close underneath the 14-period moving average, thereby dragging the green 9-period moving average lower. And you can see the whole thing here. I said, are we here? That was August the 1st. And I put the question mark right there. That was the 15th, was it? 28th. Around about the 28th of December. And now we were looking at this kind of toppy action. And still haven't yet got the negative crossover in the 9-period under the 14. So let's just go back to the story we're looking at here. So what I was looking for, I wonder if I've got it here. I can do it if I haven't. No, I haven't. Okay, I'll show you in this case. This is what I show my subscribers every day. Here's the Dow daily. This has got the 9, the 14, and the 20-period exponential moving averages, and the Chapman wave notation. It also had the one-to-one expansion to the upside, which said you could go to right there. That was the 37,500 level in a one-to-one expansion from this right here, little one-bar reversal to the upside. We went above that. We went to 37,790, and that was on, that was January the 2nd. It was just after that we shorted. And then we got back in short, and now it's gone to 37,801. That's 11 points higher. And now if you're looking at here on the right, I've got, look, automatic, you see these light green numbers here, automatic Chapman wave resistance levels, and right here, whatever this number is, let me see, 37,200 is the automated support level. And I also said we're waiting for a peak D in the 120-minute chart, but look at the plethora of resistance, Chapman wave automated resistance levels right here, up to 37,842. And we needed a leg D, and I had said, it's so interesting. I was going to make it complicated, and complicated would have said, if we go 1 penny, I'd even typed it in. Let me just see here. Go to my newsletter. Yes. This is exactly what I said. This goes to subscribers every day to my opening call. I said, Dow closed up 170 at 37,695, helped a lot by big gains in Home Depot and Microsoft. The 120-minute, now this is really important, is at peak C with improving technicals, and 1 penny over 37,740.77 begins new leg D, which is what we got. Key supports at 37,630 to 37,580. With 2 sessions to go, 1 penny above 37,790.08 this week extends leg A in the weekly charts. And I go on to tell you what to look for. I'll be back in a moment. Dow is down 247 points. S&P is down 29.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched The Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi, folks. I've got to give two kudos here. First of all, to Tommy Jr. In his market kickoff show that starts at 9. Really, I advise you to listen. He does some terrific work, 9 to 10, just looking at the fundamentals, trying to put it together with the technicals. He said, don't be surprised if there's a little more inflation than you'd be normally expecting with the report that's coming out Thursday. And today it came out, certainly was a little more than people were expecting. That's the one. The other kudos is in our Tiger YouTube, folks. Either you join the Den, the Tiger Den, or the Tiger YouTube. Just sign up. I mean, just the easy stuff to do. Bull Bear Jeff said, and he said this way earlier. Let me just check it. I can't see the time, but he said right here. He said rug pull. There's the rug pull starting. Bull Bear Jeff A. There's the rug pull, and absolutely, I love the term rug pull. I've used it for years because it's just that. It's like Lucy pulls that rug, pulls the ball away. You don't expect it, and whoops, it just happens. Well, we were expecting because of that leg D. That doesn't mean to say this is the top or anything like that. It says right now, the kind of reversal that you've had is such a surprise. I think I need to do this right now. I'm going to skip what I was going to do next just to do this. I wanted to show you something. So look here, here's your 120-minute chart. There's your peak A, then another one underneath it, A, B. And what do we look for in the Chapman methodology? D is where other things can happen. You got to be ready for it. And there's your leg D. This is still bar, 120-minute bar, leg D. Still a leg D. It's not a peak yet. You have to make a lower high below 37,801.90. And that'll give you your peak D. All right, I want you to just have a check on this BTC because talk about rug pull. Well, it's not really a rug pull. There's a leg F in the daily chart of BTC. There's a Bitcoin. I thought, wouldn't that be interesting with all the, passing all the, just getting the news that they were waiting for. And then all of a sudden, that's where you get some kind of toppy action. I have to tell you, peak A, peak B. peak. See, there could be maybe one more pop to the upside, and then I think you might get a little bit of a. I'm just looking at Bitcoin, and it's at 47,850. It's up 1525, made a new recovery high. It's actually a new yearly high, although we made a high in this is the Bitcoin continuous contract at 72,850 back in November of 2021. So a yearly high. No, it hasn't made a yearly high because in 2022, we're in 2024. In March 2022, the high was 51,305. Yeah. All right. So we haven't yet, but it's a new yearly high. Okay. With that said, I'd like to go back to a couple of things. So I want you to talk about the weekly chart of the Dow. It's unbelievable to think that this could happen, but you've got a peak F, 37,790 last week, and this week it's just fractionally high. So for 3 consecutive weeks, you could actually say for 4, they've just been nominal new highs. Remember, I was talking about distribution. To me, this is one of two things, and we won't know until either the Dow actually trades. It doesn't have to close it just needs to touch the low of this candle right here. That's 36,000. It just has to get into the 36,500. That's 1,000 points down at any point in January to say markets are kind of gone back to the normality that you would expect, because if there is a continuation, look, I'm going to draw this in, and we'll draw it in and see what happens. There's this little tiny flag of pennant formation right here. Look at that. You go up and then you go down like this. There are times we're in a huge move to the upside. Usually it's to the up. You can't get it to the down, but it's really much more common to the upside, where, let me just make this, I want it to look right. If it doesn't look right, it can't give you the information that you need. See this little expanding cone right here? There are times, historically, if you go back, where even though you've had a spectacular move to the upside, this is just a way station, a little stopping station, a little filling station. It's not for electric charging because it's too short. This is it's too long, I'm sorry. This is for gas filling up here. And it says, if it's going to be a breakout, either this candle or the very next candle doesn't take out the low, and that's the low of this week, which is in the Dow 37,249. Instead, it not only breaks the upside, but it almost is about a 50% gain of the full candle. It's like a breakout that says, whew, it's like a Chapman wave instant restart, except it has completely different characteristics. It hasn't made a little peak here to consider that could be a peak, and then this is a pullback by even 1 penny, and then this is a new high. Then I've got an instant restart. So it has some of the characteristics in the timing, but not the methodology. All right, I needed to say that. Why? Because there are so many buyers. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of the day, even though we might close down, you're still getting buyers coming in, because that's what distribution does. It says, I'm not done buying. I want to get in, but I'm not done selling either, because I want to go from one stock to another stock. So I'm selling some to buy something new, and I want to buy winners. And this is usually the case. That's why Microsoft, even now, is still up to 260, when you would normally expect on a day like this that it would scream up to that leg. Let's go the MSFT. And it's just one of the Magnificent Seven. It would just scream above all the previous highs. 384.30 was the all-time high back in 29th of November. So it's not a big deal. 390.68, up 60 cents, $6. That's not the issue. The issue is this inverted cup formation. So think of this as the dreaded H, except the reverse Y, because it's upside down. And it just says, if you take out that left side high, you want to see out of 2 to 3 bars, you want to be closing above that high, at least 2 out of those 3 bars, and then it can go even higher. If it comes back into the body of trading, the rectangle body of trading, in other words, underneath, let's call it 384, let's call it 383. If it starts to go under 383 on a closing basis, now you're looking at a sideways choppy action. All right, so let me go back here. So I want you to now go to, so that this is still a leg, as unfathomable as it is, with such a spectacular move. This is still in the Dow, even though we've had a sideways consolidation from the low that was made at 32,327 on the 27th of October. Look, we've got 1, 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 weeks of a single leg A. Now you'd say to yourself, oh, this has to be one of those Chapman wave single leg A up patterns that just gives back 65 to 75%. No, that doesn't have to be the case. You've got to monitor the technicals. Look how incredible the technicals are. 96% in the stochastic, on balance a little bit overbought. We've already done a little digestive action. Look at this. The MACD is so strong, and the 9 is so strong. I would say the 6,500. Gee, I don't know if we'll get there.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstat breaks down the Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
TFNN has just launched their new trading room, the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. And now they are expanding their reach with the Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. In the Tiger's Den, you can look over the shoulders of Tom O'Brien and the other TFNN hosts while they analyze charts during their live Tiger TV programs, and join an interactive trading community with hundreds of members exchanging ideas. Interact with other tigers and tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day, even at night and on the weekends. The Tiger's Den at Discord is accessible on mobile or tablets as well, so it's always at your reach. To sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders, just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Wow, I almost forgot to look at my notes here. I've got notes all over the show that I was going to discuss today. So let me just do this. I'm going to go to questions first. So the first question was, I'm looking at where was it? Looking at Bank of America. Of course, I've got to find it now. I'll get it in a second. Sorry, I had it already, but I moved the mouse. Okay. Basil, I am looking at. Thanks, folks. Gosh, I can't believe I'm scrolling away and I'm not getting. Anyway, I just want to get the exact question because it was about Bank of America and Bank of America. I'll get it. Okay. Oh, there it is. Basil, hi. I'm looking at BAC down here today. Can you check it out, please? Thank you. So, look, JP Morgan comes out with earnings. It made a peak G. There was almost an instant restart there, so it's really a G/C. I'm calling it a G for now. In the daily, it's a leg E in the weekly, maybe a peak E this week, and a leg C in the monthly chart. So all of that's very good. Look at a Citibank. Citibank right here. So JP Morgan's down $1.91 at 169.11, made a recovery high in the 173 area just about 5 sessions ago. Citi's the same thing, made a high about 5 sessions ago. It was a peak E in the 54 area, now it's at 51.66. Peak C maybe this week if it doesn't take out that 54's high. Leg A in the monthly chart, not anywhere close as strong. The last 2 months have been fantastic. You can see that in the daily and the weekly. The monthly says, oh, man, this is just getting back. The 9 hasn't even crossed positive yet. And JP Morgan, Citibank, there was another one, and Bank of America. So let's go to Bank of America. So Bank of America is trading at 32.98. Real long. And we're looking at this as a peak D right here. And what I mentioned this yesterday, how fascinating. Within this rectangle, which I said looks very much like distribution, you've got a very quick and a very small amplitude peak A, B, C, D. And now it's back almost to the starting point at 32.98. It is a peak C in the weekly chart. And like Citi, it's a leg A in the monthly chart, and that doesn't look great. So the weekly chart, still very strong technicals, has a combination of the 200-period moving average and the 9-period moving average in the 32s, 32.34 and 32.17 as a really important support, and the 200-period moving average in the daily is at 32.39. So they've got earnings coming out tomorrow. From everything I'm looking at right now, all I can say is I want to add to our position. We've taken a little bit off, but I want to add to it, but I'm trying to have as much patience as I can because these are financials. And if you look at the XLF has got the same kind of as Bank of America, not as the others, but these are two important ones for me. The XLF is the S&P Select Spider Financial Fund. And you can see it looks like distribution. All the technicals were starting to weaken, not very much, but weaken. 9-period moving average, the blue line right here. The unbalanced volume, is double topping. The 9 is still way over the 14. That's a good sign. So I don't see anything really bad, but I do see that it's kind of overbought and that it is telling me that you need patience. So, Steve, I'm going to say have patience. I would even say to you, if you want, you could nibble here, but I'm not. I'm going to say I'm looking at this as this is the way up. This is a fulcrum for at least a short-term trend change. And if you go to the 120-minute chart, I'm sure you can see it. Yep, there it is. Here's your trend change. You've gone from, so this is peak A, peak B, peak C, D, E, F, G. And you've pulled back very sharply. It's just suggesting to me that you need a little bit more patience. Now, where would I become very interested? I'd become very interested towards the lower part of 32. It's at 32.96 right now. Now, what if you don't get it? Well, this pattern says I can chop around. There is a possibility that we can make this a sideways build of a trampoline 3260 support level that really springs it into the 35s. I don't see that yet. I don't think so. I just don't see it at this particular point. So, yes, I like it looking out, but on a shorter-term basis, I think it's overbought, and I'd wait. So where would I wait? Give me a yell. Let's look at it together at about 3260 to 3220. That's kind of where I would be looking at to see if I want to add to our position. That's how it is right now. So I hope that helped you. Next question came in. I should put down here in my notes. So I'm going to put, where's my Thursday? I called Thursday Friday by mistake. Oh, there it is. Thursday, Steve, BAC. I want to put that in there just so I've got it in my notes, because the next question is also a good one, and that is right here. ASPN. Good morning, Basil. Your thoughts on ASPN? Dude wants to know, long position looking to add. So ASPN, now I'm trying to recall, I know that symbol, I've seen it many times before. Oh, there it is. Oh, I know why I like this, because this is like symbiotic. This fits the whole thing. So this is Aspen Aerogels Inc. laser and sensors, thermal insulation, waste management for molten metals, optics and light guides, electronic development capacitors, imaging development, catalysts, pesticides, and cosmic dust collection. I mean, does not that sound, that just sounds like I've got to have one of those. Well, it made a peak D in the weekly chart with a doji candle. I looked at this the other day. I completely forgot to update it. Well, it must have been before that. So it's actually about 2-3 weeks now. I haven't looked at it. It made a peak D. It was spectacular. It's just gone straight up. In fact, from peak C, which was at 916 on the 13th week of the 13th of October, it pulled back, and then it had no peaks until it made this peak on 29th of December at 17.32. Doji candle, Chapman wave inverted Roman candle, and now a big red candle for the week. So this is a peak F daily. It's a peak D weekly. And it's only, I believe, it's a leg B monthly. I love everything about what it says. The chart itself made an Eiffel Tower straight up, straight down monthly. It's very hard in a monthly chart to do this. It looks like an uppercase A. And then it came down, and it took out the left side. Oh, did it take down? Oh, 4.09 was the low back in March of 2020. That's 4.09. What was the low? Oh, I typed it in incorrect. And then in April of 2023, 25.41. All right, that should be over there. I'll be back.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
Are you ready to take your trading to the next level? Introducing Tom O'Brien's award-winning newsletter, Market Insights, your key to successful active trading. Tom O'Brien, renowned for his expertise in the financial markets, has designed Market Insights to be your daily guide to profitable trades. Tom publishes his daily Market Insights newsletter every market day before the market open, along with updates when warranted. Stay ahead of the game with Tom's real-time analysis and trade recommendations delivered straight to your inbox. Whether you're a seasoned trader or just starting out, Market Insights provides the edge you need to navigate the markets with confidence. Ready to join the ranks of successful traders? Head over to TFNN.com and subscribe to Market Insights today. Don't miss out on this opportunity to supercharge your trading results. Market Insights comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee for all new subscribers, so you have nothing to risk. Don't miss out on this opportunity to revolutionize your trading game. Head over to TFNN.com right now to join the thousands of traders who have already experienced the power of Tom O'Brien's award-winning newsletter, Market Insights, firsthand. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Okay, we're back looking at ASPN as the symbol. That's Aspen Aerogels Inc. So where would I recommend that you start to look into just kind of starting a position in it? The way it's come down suggests to me with the 9-period moving average only today crossing, and the day's young, crossing negative. We have to wait for the whole. Look at the bar, whatever technique you're using, wait for the bar to complete. Sometimes even better to wait for the next bar to start before you look at it in terms of what do the technicals do. And in this particular case, if the 9 remains under the 14-period moving average, I suspect it gets into the 12. So give me a yell. Let's look at it together. I wouldn't want you to do anything right now. I would suggest if you're into options, I would go out into March and I'd wait for a pullback to the low 12s, the high 11s, and then I'd buy out the money, call position, maybe at 14.50 if they're going 50-cent increments, or maybe 15. Just take a kind of a nibble, and it won't be more than, maybe even lucky to get it at 75 cents or something like that. And that's a good way to just get in position and say, I'm waiting. But I'd wait for it. Just let's look at it again. I'm not saying to get into it now. Just hold off. Let's look at it again maybe Monday. So I just got a little bell that said ping. So let me go to that right now if I can actually use my mouse to slide. Here we go. So where am I going to? I'm going to go to there. And then I'm going to go click to Al, my engineer. And he says, we've got John in Philly. John, how are you?
Basil, I'm doing very well. Thanks for taking the call. How are you today?
I'm very well, and it's always great to hear from you. What do you want to look at?
Basil, frankly, I don't have any question. What I did want to do is mention 2 things. One, thank you for your analysis on the U.S. stock indices, the Dow, the S&P, and NASDAQ 100. You've been very thorough today and past weeks, of course. But the second point, I just wanted to state this out loud to you and your audience. Basil, your work is so highly valuable in a great many ways, but I want to emphasize this one today. You are, Basil, you and I have known each other for a very long time now.
A long time, yes.
And as a consequence, I've seen your analysis, your trade actions, your client advice now endlessly, it seems. And you are so particularly skilled at identifying potential intermediate term turning points. And once you've found them, you are particularly effective at sticking with a trend, much more so than just about Buddy Basil I've ever come across. And so I just wanted to pay you the compliment that work is so valuable. And I'm very intrigued and interested in the conclusions you're coming to both this week and the past 3 or 4. But kudos to you. That was the main reason for my call to you today.
Gee, I really do appreciate it, John. And, we've been in this business for a long time. And I look at what you do, and I'm saying to myself, if ever someone actually gets a particular trend and knows how to stay with the trend, even though, I've got that chart that I sometimes show with the arrow down when the prices are going up, but it should be the arrows up because you're trading on the upside. And I always say, if you're going against the tide, you can have this quick, you've got to be nimble, and you've got to know what you're doing if you're going against the tide. And I have to compliment you because I think a lot of people in the den, I can see how great an influence you are just in the way people are starting to think as they come in, newbies come in, and I can see how they moderate, how they always want to do something quickly. But you have sanguine, you have the sense to say, this is the tide, and I don't want to go against the tide until I get confirmation that the tide has changed. So back and forth, we got little compliments going, and I have to compliment you too, John. Congratulations.
Basil, thanks again. You have a good day.
Thank you very much. So, folks, with that said, a couple of things are going on. So I wonder if I can do that. I'm going to do that right now because I think it's so important. I'm trying to be as determined as I can at seeing my technicals for what they are. So let me see. I can go right here. Click. Yep, it'll probably pop up right here in front of us. I'm going to go to this one right here, and I'm going to scroll down. This is the webinar that I did about a month ago. I want to go to this particular slide right here. I should have it just free to pick it up anytime. Yeah, there. So this is the slide I was talking to John about. You see how the price is going up, and you see how the price is going down. Doesn't it look wrong when the arrow is pointing down? So if you're shorting, if you're good, you can short. You can get each one of these dips to the downside as we take a look at the peaks and count the peaks, essentially grading whatever it is we're following to the upside. But this is really what you want to do. With the trend, you want to trade with the trend. And I've been trying my best to do that. It's not always easy. So I wanted to point out that if you have the technical indicators going with you with the tide, remember, if you throw a piece of driftwood out, if the tide is going out, that driftwood will not come to shore. It'll constantly be pushed back out into the ocean. If the tide is coming in and you throw a piece of driftwood, don't expect it to go out very much because every time the waves come in, it drags that piece of driftwood in. And that's really what I'm looking at, trying to identify the tide. Now, with that said, 222, as they say, dancers when they opera singers, when they're about to do something, they say 222. They're kind of a Russian superstition. This is going to be very difficult. Why? Because you can see the waves, the waves just keep coming in. Like even now, Microsoft, after making that all-time high, you'd expect, perfect day to be down 5 points. It could still do that by the end of the day, but right now it's still holding $1.60 higher from the close yesterday. And that's what I'm saying. So in this particular instance, I'm going to draw you to this because I need to follow up on what John said. for a couple of reasons. One is the longs that we have for subscribers from opening call. For instance, we've had longs from March of 2020 in the Dow, and then the October low of 2022. And I do not want to budge from that. That is the core position because I'm anticipating higher highs and hopefully higher lows in 2024 to continue into 2024. In the shorter term, what are we looking at? We're looking at, with one segment to go, we're looking at this particular pattern that said, are we here and it takes 8 or 9 days before the 9-period moving average crosses pink in the daily chart of the Dow? And here we are. Is this going to happen? We don't know. I'll be back. The Dow's down 173, S&P's down 23. Basil Chapman, High-Tech Technicians out.
TFNN has just launched their new trading room, the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. And now they are expanding their reach with the Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. In the Tiger's Den, you can look over the shoulders of Tom O'Brien and the other TFNN hosts while they analyze charts during their live Tiger TV programs, and join an interactive trading community with hundreds of members exchanging ideas. Interact with other tigers and tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day, even at night and on the weekends. The Tiger's Den at Discord is accessible on mobile or tablets as well, so it's always at your reach. To sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders, just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors. Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hey folks, just with that said, I had a couple of, at the same time, I had a couple of people asking me about advisors, shares, pure. This is, I guess this is the cannabis ETF. Yeah, cannabis ETF. MSOS is the symbol, trading up 16 cents at 7.27. So I think we're in a choppy phase. I had subscribers start a split position in the MJ cannabis yesterday, but I didn't like what happened. So we're done. We're out. I'm sorry. It had an opportunity to move up. They both look very similar. So I think we're looking at time. There's always a bit of good news that comes out, and there's always a lot of bad news that comes out in this particular sector. So it's holding the 200-period moving average of 7.06. It's trading at 730. If you're in it and you're looking, I think longer term, it's going to definitely move up to the 850s. But right now, it's just kind of stuck. So just be a little careful. Put in a fairly tight. I'd put in a fairly tight stop. You can always get back in. So, folks, the Dow is down 181. The S&P is down 24. We never discussed the SMHs, which are down just 79 cents. So, stay tuned for Steve Rhodes. Have a